Hey, it's Ashley at Digitally Grounded, and in this video, we are going to go over 8 steps to increase exposure on Google. So before we get into that, let's talk about the psychology of Google. In our current culture, Google has transformed from a noun to a verb, similar to Kleenex, right? Back in the day, Kleenex was just a brand of tissue, but now when we refer to tissue, we call it a Kleenex. So think about it. We don't search for things, we Google them. This is a direct result of people finding incredibly useful information by using Google's search engine. If you think this is an accident or a coincidence, think again. Google has developed a mutually beneficial system between their company and other businesses in the world. Here's why. If Google understands your business, then they can provide accurate information to their users about your business. If Google can provide accurate information to their users, then those users will continue relying on Google. If a lot of people continue using Google, then Google can make money from ads and paid services. It all comes down to creating a great experience for Google users. So that is why Google offers all these things for businesses to promote themselves for free, in addition to the paid ads and services. So in a nutshell, Google My Business, which is the free tool that we're going to talk about in today's video, is a modern day version of the Yellow Pages. I don't know about you, but I remember getting a huge yellow phone book in the mail when I was younger. And people had their personal phone numbers in there. There were business phone numbers in there. There were advertisements and coupons, all different kinds of things in the phone book. And you probably used it a few times a year, but for the majority of the time, it was used as a doorstop, right? So I don't know if you remember that, but that's what I remember. So what's the holdup with you creating your Google My Business account, especially if it's free? I'm going to share a few reasons on this slide as to why you should have it done already, and if it's not done already, why you should do it this week. Your competitors are probably already taking advantage of Google My Business, and if they aren't, then they will be soon. If you have any doubts, think about your own experience when researching new companies or services online. You're probably more likely to purchase from the ones with a well-established web presence, right? And what's the first experience you have of a company when you Google it, right? You see the search results on the left-hand side of the search page, and then you see a little image and the business name and a link to the website and all these things, and that is the Google My Business tool. Your competitors look more professional and modern, and this immediately instills a feeling of consumer trust. So by considering your business's appearance on Google, you can easily establish an edge over your competitors. So again, what's the holdup? This tutorial is all about how to gain exposure by developing your Google My Business account. By following these 8 easy steps, you can enhance your web presence and attract clients for free on Google. So let's get right into it. Step 1 is to claim and verify. So to get started with the Google My Business tool, you'll first need to create your account. It's very simple, and you can do so by clicking on the link business.google.com/create. So the next thing you'll have to do is either claim an existing page for your business or create a new page for your business. You'll have the option to either claim or create, and if your business pops up when you enter your business name, then that means you need to claim it. If you search for your business and you don't find any results, then you basically will be creating a new business listing with Google My Business. The next step is the verification process. So in the verification process, you want to, what Google is trying to do basically is just make sure that you are who you say you are and you are the actual owner of the business. So for most businesses, the verification is done by mail, and I mean snail mail. However, in some cases, there are different options to verify by phone or email, or you can use Google Search Console. So there are different options, and as you go through the flow of the verification process, you will see what those options and see what methods you qualify for. But I think the best way to do it is by mail. Just keep in mind, though, that if you have a business that doesn't have a brick and mortar location, or you don't have a business mailing, post office box or something like that, just be careful about putting your personal address out there, because that will be available on Google. So if you need to use your personal email or your personal address for mail, I would use it for the verification and then immediately update it to something else when you verify your account. So just keep in mind that this process can take 2 weeks, and that's why I said you should start it now. Like this week, you should start this process, because it's going to take a few weeks for verification, and you want to make sure that you're getting the ball rolling. And while you're waiting for verification, you can do things like, write up the copy that's going to go on your Google My Business description or something like that. Okay, step 2, you're going to choose the categories for your business. And honestly, once you start the verification process and get that rolling, you can move right on to step 2 and start working through this, because you're going to have 2 weeks anyway. So the guide to choosing categories or services. So after you've passed Google's verification check, you're going to be prompted to select categories for your business. And you can choose 1 primary category and up to 9 secondary categories. So this may seem pretty straightforward, but really take your time choosing the best categories to describe what you do. After all, as of 2021, there are 3,942 categories for you to choose from. And also, when you're choosing your categories, think about what people might type into Google to find your business. So, think of more general terms that somebody might type in to find the services that you offer. Okay, so here are some tips. The primary category for your business is given the top priority in Google's algorithm. This is the main deciding factor in whether or not your business will pop up during a user search. Okay, so when you're thinking about it, the primary category is the umbrella term. So that overarching term that encompasses what you do as a whole, and that is what should be your primary category. So, and then with the secondary categories, just make sure you're being as specific as possible when selecting your primary and secondary categories. So the more specific you are, the fewer businesses that you'll be competing against. So for example, if you were a dentist and your primary category was dental, then your specific other categories may be orthodontia or pediatric dentistry, something like that. So tips for secondary categories. As another rule of thumb, try to select as few secondary categories as possible when describing your business. Again, we want to keep this specific but simple enough where people would be searching for those terms. So try not to use really niche industry jargon unless your particular ideal client would know exactly what that word or niche term was. Just be careful of that. So if you only use 3 categories to describe what you do, then Google will be dividing its user directing resources to only 3 channels. On the other hand, if Google has to reroute users to your business based on 10 categories, then it's not as strong. It's kind of like your bandwidth internet connection. Step 3, adding images of your business. The third step is adding images for your business. Have you ever Googled a business and the only photo result was a vague snapshot from Google Earth? Ugh, off-putting, right? You definitely don't want that to be your client's first impression, right? The images you upload should give potential customers a mini tour of your company or a general idea of what they can expect from you. So if you have a physical brick and mortar space, you can showcase the space itself. If you're selling a product, you could add pictures of that product. But essentially, you basically want to give them an idea of what to expect from your business through the images. So place yourself in the shoes of your clients and imagine what you would like to see before you decide to hire or buy from your own company. Also, don't just upload any old photos you have on hand for your business. These images should be high resolution, professional quality images. They should reflect your business in its current form. And if you've redone your interior or if you've made a lot of new hires, then make sure you update those photos so you have the most recent information on there. It also benefits you overall to keep the Google My Business updated. If you don't feel confident taking photos yourself, you can even hire a local photographer to do this for you, or you can ask a creative member of your staff to take the photos. Alternatively, Digitally Grounded offers creative direction services, and we will either help you connect with a photographer to get some custom photos done, or we can source stock photos for you and put them together to brand your business along with graphics and things like that, so you can have some really nice eye-catching images on your Google My Business account from the time that it starts. So if you're interested in some of our creative direction work and graphic design work, please feel free to send us an email. Go to the website at digitallygrounded.co, and we will get the ball rolling for you to create some beautiful images for your Google My Business page. Okay, step 4, adding address and phone number and your basic information. So with this, we want to make sure that you have a local number if you can. So when you're adding a phone number to your business and you can do a local number, that's really going to help with your local search results, especially because Google is tracking the IP addresses of people's phones. And if they're in a particular area code and it's in searching for something near me, that will help play a part in them being able to find you if you have a local number. Having consistent contact info is good as well, because you don't want to confuse your potential customers, right? You want to make sure that you have one address, one phone number that people can reach, one email where people can reach you, and make sure that it's consistent across everything. The business description, so make sure you take advantage of the business description, and that will help people, again, in tandem with the images that you're going to have on there, have a description of the business and what they can expect when it comes to the level of service you provide and the type of service you provide. And then website address and appointment links are something else that you can add to your Google My Business, and having those is key to your overall web presence and promotions and all of that, because ideally we want to have people visit or see this Google My Business search result and click through to your website so they can book appointments with you or purchase your service or purchase your product. Okay, step 5 is to keep tabs on your reviews. So, what do your reviews say about you? When you're about to hire or buy from a business, what do you look at to make your decision? You look at the reviews. So now that you've uploaded all your business information into your Google My Business listing, it's time to consider your reviews. You want to get as many positive client reviews as possible to convince other potential clients that you're the option for them. So for this process, don't worry about getting reviews specifically through Google. The search engine will scan other sites and things and try to integrate those reviews. It is great if you can direct people to Google and ask them to send, do a review on Google. But just getting reviews in general will still help. You can reach out to clients after they've received the product or when you're done with the service and send them a link. You can also offer incentives. I've seen people say, if you leave feedback, or a review on Google, we'll give you a percentage discount off on your next service or something like that. So you can get really creative to get those reviews. Also, make sure that you reply to clients who post positive or, quite frankly, negative reviews. This customer engagement leaves a good impression, and other Google users will see that you care about your customers because you're providing a good experience and you're replying to what they have to say about your business. And actually, I'm going to go back to this about reviews. So even if there's a negative review, try to respond and remedy that issue or whatever the problem was. Do what you can to make it right. And people will see that as well. They'll say, oh, Joe sent a bad review, but I can see that the business owner did connect with them and apologize and try to make it right. And that also helps as well. Okay, moving on to step 6, adding offers to your listing. So if you look at the Google My Business profile, you'll see you also have the option to add posts and offers. So with this option, you can let Google users know about special deals or discounts or promotions that you have in your business. And you can also add calls to action, which is really amazing. And you can have those call to actions go directly to the homepage on your website, or you can have them go to a specific sales page if you're promoting a particular offer. So this is going to help you in the holistic marketing when you're looking at the links people are coming to your site from and what they're actually clicking on and what they're interested in. So calls to action help to activate your posts. They give your posts some work to do. So you can book online, ask online, buy more information, register, and call now. So you would choose the one that works best for your business and have that in there so that you can have that call to action to get potential customers to take the next step. All right, so we talked a little bit about tracking your offers in a previous slide, but making sure that you have good attention-grabbing offers is a great way to grab people's attention. And you have the option to track, like I said, with Google Analytics, you can track engagement, and those insights will allow you to kind of gauge the success of your offer and see what people are interested in and what they're not interested in. Step 7, making regular posts to your listing. So, more free exposure. Now that you have your listing set up, you want to make sure that you are staying on top of it, keeping it updated, and putting posts out there regularly. So these can be business updates or events. They can be different offers that you have or new products, new services. Each time you create a post, you can add photos or videos or call to action buttons, and that helps foster engagement. So showing that you have an active Google My Business is really important, and it's free. So if you're already going to be posting these things on social media or in your email or something like that, you might as well recycle them and put them on your Google My Business. So the best way to think of this as an option to add free additional advertising to your listing. So frequently posting on your account with your Google My Business listing increases the likelihood that your business will appear in search results as well, because Google is always looking for relevant information. And so sometimes relevant means recent. Many times relevant means recent. So having an active profile, there's more information linked to your business on the web, and therefore more material that will match your client's search terms. Just keep in mind that posts will expire, and after 7 days, you'll have to go in and add more posts. So this is why I say you should log into your account and just add new posts, and you can just, set some time aside, 10 minutes, and every week or so, and just add some posts on there for the week. And when you log in, you always have something new on there. And again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel here. You can use content from other areas as posts on your Google My Business. So step 8 is setting up messaging. So a direct lead connection is at your fingertips with Google My Business. So if you set up Google My Business messaging, customers can contact you directly through your Google My Business listing. This increases convenience for your customers, as they are far more likely to contact you if all they have to do is press a little button next to the search results. Sounds pretty amazing, right? So here's how to set up the messaging. Download and open the Google My Business app. Tap the Customers tab, select Messages, tap Turn on Messaging, and that's it. You'll receive a notification in the app every time a customer asks a question, and you can connect with them right away. So I know we went over a lot in this, and who has time for it, right? If you feel like, this all sounds great, but I don't know when I'm going to have the time to go through this. Well, don't worry. I got you. The truth is you can get it set up for free, and I can do it for you for free. My team can do it for you for free. All you have to do is contact us, and we will set this up for you for free. No strings attached, nothing at all. You're going to connect with us. You're going to give us the information we need. We'll set it up for you for free. And as an add-on, as an additional cost, if you want it, we can create some beautiful photos that are on brand and designs and things that you can add to your Google My Business. And if you want to add something on top of that, like the sprinkles or the cherry on top, we can even create that first round of content for the page. So if that's something that you're interested in, please go to digitallygrounded.co and connect with us. Fill out the form there so you can get your Google My Business account set up for free. If you have any other additional questions, you can let us know, digitallygrounded.co, and have a wonderful day.